There's this old narrative out there that a six-pack handsome face and a fat stack of money in your wallet will attract a woman. I'm sure you might attract someone who only cares about those things, right? But you won't attract someone you really want to go into a relationship with. But of course, it depends on what your aim is, and I doubt if there's anyone who wants to go into a relationship without necessarily going into a proper date. In fact, some of the points I'm going to be sharing with you, especially when mixed with a big ego, are at the top of the list of turn-offs that women really complain about. But you wouldn't know except you're being told. But if you're very attentive or very observant, you would see both some of them from their reactions or from the look that they give you. Now, let me say here that while this isn't meant for you to pretend to be someone you are not, it is just to serve as a guide for you, such that when you meet that woman that you really love, you know how to comport yourself. So it's an opportunity for you to question your behaviors and make changes wherever necessary. This particular episode would focus on 10 habits that you need to deal with if you want to make your relationship stand out. Now, this is a series and I won't be able to share all the 21 tips in one episode. And so I'm going to be breaking them down into two parts. And so in this part 1, I'm going to be sharing about 10 with you. And I hope that you pick something from them and then you're able to implement them going forward. The first point I will share with you is being too much into yourself. Now, there is a tendency for you to be too much into yourself and for you to think too much of yourself. So confidence is great, but please don't confuse that with a big ego. You don't have to boast about yourself for a woman to actually accept you or to like you. So just be genuine, tell her who you really are, tell her about your passions, and of course, don't silence her. Let her also share about her passions. Show that you're interested in her passion. So don't just share yours also. Let her be interested. Let her say what she's interested in. Show that you're interested in what she's interested in, unless you're not. And of course, if you're not interested in what your woman is interested in, you can as well forget about the date. Number 2 is bad hygiene. Now, this is not debatable at all. When you meet someone new, first impressions are everything. And if you smell bad or look like you slept in your pajamas, then you're going to ruin a whole lot of things, right? So it's very important to pay attention to your hygiene, like your brushing, that is your dentition, your teeth, your dressing, the hair on your face, your hair on your head, right? Pay attention to it. So it's not superficial, it's just simple sanitary, no excuses whatsoever. Number 3, needing always to be right. You can't always be right. You need to understand that there are times that you're going to be wrong and the odds may not be on your side at all times, right? So don't disrespect her views, because her views along your quest for an ego boost will definitely show that you just want to be right, and that will leave her cracking, and then you begin to complain that you have a nagging girlfriend. So don't try to always be right. Next point is admit it when you mess up. Look, it's sometimes difficult for us as men to admit it when we mess up because we just always want to appear like we've got everything under control. A charming quality is a guy with humility. No one is perfect, and if you can't admit when you mess up and learn to move past it, the relationship will feel too fragile and it might break sooner than you think. And so you need to understand that you cannot always be perfect, right? So when you mess up, accept it, apologize, and move on. The 5th point is trying to sleep with someone after a first date. Now, this one is where some guys find themselves falling. Now, don't attempt to be looking for sex after your first date if you're interested in a serious relationship. Your best bet is to wait before anything sexual would happen, right? So get to know the woman first. Don't ask for sex. Try as much as possible to know her, understand who she is, and then you'll be surprised that when the time comes for this, you won't even need to bother so much for it to happen. 6, deal with childhood traumas. This is actually very important. You can put in all the efforts that you spend watching videos or reading books on businesses and hustling. You can put the effort into recognizing your childhood traumas and letting them affect the people in your life. Don't carry old luggages into your relationship, or at best agree that you're vulnerable even while you seek the help that you need. The most important thing is ensure that you seek help. 7, having too high expectations from your partner. I always tell people that if you set your expectations very high, you are at the point of ruining your relationship with that person. So don't set too high expectations. Go into the relationship and be ready to learn the person. If you need a woman who always wears a makeup or works out 4 times a week or dresses in heels, please be very upfront. Tell her this is what you love, this is what you desire, this is what you're interested in on your date. It is better for her to know this and know what the expectations are, rather than her interacting with someone who is superficial and the relationship progresses and they begin to fight here and there over things that could have been sorted out if you had just been upfront and personal with her. Number 8, not being loyal to your friends. Now, I've come to realize that women value friendships a lot, and they want to see you show you value yours as well. And so they would always want to know who your friends are and how you deal with them, or how you treat them, or how much concern and love you show towards them. Now, remember I said a sense, right? A sense of security comes for them when they see how you treat your friend, because it makes them feel that you're going to treat them special too, because you treat your friends special. And so I don't know, but I mean, that's just what it is. Number 9, the assumption that they need to be saved. Women are not asking for a savior, so remove the savior mentality, right? They aren't asking you to save them, rather they want you to be a co-traveler and a listener with them. They want you to be by their side. Just listen to them and hear what they have to say. They are not necessarily asking you to save them. Number 10, which is where I'm going to stop for this episode, is treating your mother badly. Look, a woman believes that the way you treat your mother is a representation of how you're going to treat her. Because if you could treat your mother that way, the woman who gave birth to you, then there is no guarantee that you treat them otherwise. And so women want to see how men treat their mothers. You might not have a good relationship with your mom, but then if you do have a relationship with her, it's important that you treat her well. Women know that how a man treats his mom is usually indicative of how they treat women altogether. And so you don't have to pretend, you don't have to be what you're not, but you just need to show them that you value them and that you really care about your mother. So I will stop here, and I hope that you can go practice these 10 things that you have heard today, and you will experience bliss and peace in your relationship and in your life. Remember that it is not what you learn that makes you better. It is what you learn and practice. Hearing is not difficult, but practice what you have learned, or accepting you have made a mistake is the most important thing. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.